Sixth graders, I'm going to give you directions on how to do today's lab. So from the agenda, you will have clicked on the physical and chemical changes lab. Make sure you're doing the distance learning version. From the lab, the first thing you're going to be doing is watching this screencast. Then you're going to open up the simulation and answer the questions in your My document. So I'm going to get those things open. So here's what your My document looks like. All right. And then here is what the virtual lab looks like when you click on the link. So the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to watch this. It's just kind of an introduction to the virtual lab. Then you are going to click on this arrow over here and you are going to complete the lab. So what you're going to be doing is clicking on these different red dots, and we're going to be looking at if we think those are chemical or physical changes. So back on your lab sheet, okay, there is this chart right here, all right? And this has all of the different examples that we'll be looking at. And then in this column, you're going to be clicking on some different things, and I'll show you where that is in just a second, and filling in that chart. So let's say I want to start out. So I'll start out with this first one, this wood log right here, and I'll click right on that red dot. It's going to zoom in, and then it's going to give me a bunch of different options, okay? The main ones I'm going to look at is I want to make sure that I have the right one checked. So this has wood chopping and wood burning. So there's two separate different examples within this one. Some of them have two and some of them have one. So we'll start out with wood chopping. If you notice, that's the first one right on here. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to watch the animation. So I'm going to make sure I'm on animation here, and then I'm going to click play, and we're just going to be watching the wood being chopped. Okay, pretty simple there. Then I'm going to click on the before and after. And what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the molecules in the lab in the log before the change and after the change. Okay. And on my chart here, I'm going to, in this first column right here, it says click on before and after. Are the particles the same or different in the after picture? So I'm going to look closely and kind of compare what they look like before and after. And this up here will give you more information, but it might make it more confusing. So let's actually not. Sorry. I can't get out of it right now. Okay. So we're going to look and compare and look if they're the same or different. And when I look at this one, they're pretty small, but they look to be the same. So I would write in this box, I would write they're the same, right? And then based on what I saw and what the molecules look like, I am going to determine if I think this is a physical or a chemical change and explain why I think that is. Okay. Then I go to the next one. I go to the wood burning. And first I'm going to do the animation. And I can see the molecules. I see the wood burning and then some of these molecules kind of flying around the air here. It zooms into a closer view of what's kind of happening while the wood is burning. All right, then I can go to my before and after, and I'm looking at the molecules before the change and after the change. And I can see on this one that they look different. So for wood burning, I would write different, and then I would explain if I thought this was a physical or chemical change and why. To go back, then now I've looked at both of these, I can click on this back to camping view and then click on the other things. Okay, so all these red dots have some different things on them. So that's what you're doing and filling in this sheet. And then on the bottom, there are a few questions to answer. And then once you're finished with that, you can go ahead and submit. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.